It's very simple to pause. You can pause. But it's not easy to stay in the time you're supposed to pause so you can gain that peace that you're looking for. So our morning blessing today is stillness or pausing. It's simple, but not easy. So welcome and to centering. The morning blessing is where you get centered. So good morning, beautiful souls. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025, and I welcome you to the sacred space of morning blessings. I'm so honored. I am honored. You know that, right? To have you here with me as we take a moment to align, ground, and prepare our minds, hearts, and spirits for the day ahead. For some of you, your day started like me. My day starts at 4:15. So I've already done a lot to come to this point, but it's part of the preparation. One of the things, as you know, that I encourage is a deep breathing. So take a deep breath in slow for the count of 4. Hold it if you can and release it for the count of 10. One deep, purposely intentional taking breath like this creates a flow of blood because you're holding, so the blood will rush to where it has to go. It's usually the heart, through the veins, getting it going. Because we breathe as humans, we breathe very shallow. Unless we were taught to. And if you do that in public, they're going to think you're having a heart attack. So that's why you need to take this inhale, hold, exhale slowly, and feel better. And do it at least 3 times at home in the morning when you first get up. So let your shoulders drop. Your shoulders should just let go. There is some impingements. When you have shoulder impingement, it's usually because we hold on to a tense and stress. And one thing we have to remember, stress and tension is part of the human being. It's not, you cannot erase it because life brings it for you. Some people, what you would look at as not stressful, somebody else would look as being extremely stressful. So it's person to person. So let your shoulders drop and relax your jaw and allow yourself to just be. Just be. Just let yourself be in the moment. Slowly, but you're in the moment. You are safe here. You're grounded. You are ready to receive. So that is the introduction to how you look at stillness. Now, you guys hear me talk about the pergola, the garden, the areas to sit at the front. I have these giant rose bushes that made a big ball on my front lawn, a ball, and it's like 7 feet tall. So people can see when you're sitting in certain corners of the front porch. And some people will go by and they pick the flowers, the roses, as they're walking. So I go, thank you. I go, you're welcome. And they look back, they can't see me. They just hear you're welcome. But it's just the fun. So that is my moment to relax and just feel the moment coming in. And that's what we have to make sure that we do, is to be relaxed. Let our shoulders drop. We're ready to receive. This word is big. It's not always all in a rush. The power of pausing. There is power in stillness. That is why I'm always asking that you have a small area in your home somewhere where you can actually hide. I know it sounds silly, Tessa-Marie, hide. Yeah, an area just because you want to be Betty. Just you want to be that girl. That's you want to be Lisa. You want to be Laura. An area where nobody would want to sit or nobody would see, why are you in the corner in the garden? But that's the place I can look at the garden. Why are you in the corner of your home, your apartment, if that's what you have? Because when I look at it, the corner helps to keep me complete. And then I can see what is in front of me. Then I am able to praise and to give thanks to God, the universe, for what is before me. We live in a world that praises hustle, push, produce, perform. I call them the 3 constant stress stimulating P's. Push, produce, perform. Yet the real power often lies in the pause, that other P that is so much more important. It has less, and it has just 5 letters. but it just has a good punch. It's great. It's big. You may have noticed the moment you stop, everything you've been trying to ignore begins to speak. Your thoughts, your body, or your emotion, even your soul. The moment you stop from pushing, from producing, from performing, your body, you just something that says, you know what? It's had to speak. The body is letting you know, hey, this isn't the good here. You feel your mind is just calming down. And that's one of the reasons I have told that, and many of you do practice it, which is amazing. After you have done something, you did a task, even at your desk at work, you had this conversation with a buyer, and you're this person, and you're talking to them. One of the things, sometimes you think of somebody and they appear. That's a return. And you're thinking, you have just finished having this talk. It mightn't be an argument, but it could be a difference of opinion. It could be they go one way, you go the other. The best thing you can do for yourself after a conversation, whether it's on the phone, in person, or doing something, cleaning up your bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, cooking a meal, the best thing you can do is to find a chair after you have done that. So maybe you cook the meal. The kitchen isn't clean yet from all the pots and pans you've used, but the meal is complete. You sit, you put your watch on for a 3-minute pause. Or I do 10, but I do them every hour. So, because over the years, I've taught myself to function in areas of hours in my life, blocks of hours. So after each hour of working, I take a 10-minute pause. I do nothing. I do not engage with my phone, any device. I sit. I might have water, or if I'm feeling tight, I might swing my body, use my hands. I've showed you guys some things that I do, but I sit for a certain time and then I get up. You can try it one day for 3 times, and I bet you're going to say, oh my God, I accomplished so much. Because it's in pausing that the magic comes on. So when everything is speaking to you, when you pause, pausing is simple, but let's be honest, it's not easy to pause and as a human being. Why? Because when we pause, we come face to face with ourselves. We hear the clutter of our minds. We realize how often we fill our days to avoid our truths. We rarely do that. We just keep going. So we cannot deal with, I should see the doctor. We cannot deal with, I need to clean my bedroom. But we're doing everything except cleaning the bedroom. I know that drawer in the kitchen is overloaded. I would like to turn it off. So if you live in a house, take the damn drawer out of the kitchen. Put a mat outside and turn it upside down. Sit in nature to clear the clutter of a drawer. So you can sit in nature to clear the clutter of your mind. It is so simple. Sit in nature to move things around. When you start doing this, you will notice that even if the shoes are at the door, you're going to make sure they're together. Because it will start to bother you to see the clutter around you, and which releases the clutter in your mind. So, but in the pause, when you pause, in that sacred place called stillness, you hear your intuition. You hear ideas. You hear something that you know you should do, but you haven't done it. But now that you're pausing it, you wake it up. And it's saying, hi, remember me? Remember a while ago I said, when I desire to have something done, it's in my head. I let it go. And then all of a sudden, the door opens and it happens. Well, this is what happens when you pause. In that sacred stillness, you will hear your intuition. You will even feel your breath. You'll realize you're breathing. Because your mind will wander. That is what people are really, we're going to do a series on the meditation part of it. So when we do that, we will talk about that. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day. You will feel your breath, and you will automatically see how shallow you breathe, or how your breath might be one of the people that have those types of breath that are a little like that, little bouncy. So you that in the moment, you might even get the intuition to remember who you are, why you are here. And you say, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? So let me ask you this. When was the last time you gave yourself full permission to pause without worrying of what you left behind? No, it is easy to do, but simple to do, but not easy. It is very simple to pause. You can pause. But it's not easy to stay in the time you're supposed to pause so you can gain that peace that you're looking for. I feel rattled. I hear that a lot. I just keep going and going and going, and then I just fall asleep. I fall asleep everywhere. And that might be your body saying, you know what? Sit down and close your eye and breathe. Oh, I go to bed, but I'm so tired that I cannot sleep. You know why? You haven't had a pause. Think about it. You think companies want to give you 2 15-minute break a day for free? But they know if you get those breaks, you come back more energized to perform. But we don't give it to ourselves, so we can get to perform better at life. Stillness is where wisdom waits for you. That is the thing. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to pause? Well, stillness is where wisdom comes in, and it's just waiting for you to say, hey, you will start to see things differently. It doesn't have to be as often as I do it. I am a planner by nature. So I like doing things. That doesn't mean when the situation comes and the plan has to change, that doesn't bother me. I don't get upset about a change in plans. I just roll with the punches. But yet I have a plan. And if you interrupt to say, Tessa-Marie, I need your help, the plan stops. I push for you. Even if it's just to have a chat with you, I will do what I can to listen to you. Stillness is not about doing nothing. It's about allowing everything to be as they're supposed to be. And that is the thing we must remember. Stillness, pausing, it's not about only doing nothing. It's watching what goes through your mind and letting it be. So you look and you see this table is dusted, but it needs to be dusted, but you are in stillness. You look and you see your hands, your nails need to be taken care of. Something is going on. Stillness is where wisdom waits for you. That is Rita's nugget for the morning. So in stillness, that's where magic happens. And that is what we have to remember. Stillness is not about doing nothing. It's about allowing everything to be as it is, including humans in our life. Just let them be. And do not dwell on it. And your mind does not allow you unless you decide to go down with it. Because it has something coming. So in stillness, it just flows. Oh yeah, that table needs dusting. When I would sit in the garden, I would take a book with me, and I had the garden traced out. And if I was reading, I would put a note where there's something I need to move within to be done or something. But I was in stillness. I'm not going to do it now. So that's why we lose it, and we trip, and we fall mentally, and then it becomes a physical form. So stillness isn't the absence of movement, it's the presence of peace. When we talk about mental prosperity, pausing interrupts the mental noise that spins stories about not being good enough, fast enough, or smart enough. You see, if you pause, you're going to have to rest in that moment. So it interrupts all the negative you think of yourself and others. I'm not good enough. I'm already having a hard time at work. I'm not smart enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not fast enough. But if you are just in stillness, it's going to allow all of those to pass like a movie. except you're not looking for the plot. You know you're resting. And when we speak of spiritual prosperity, stillness is where the divine speaks. The divine inside of you, not the divine in the sky. The divine that knows you, the real you. The divine that knows exactly what you need to do. The divine that comes in the wind from the universe. The divine that comes because you can hear the birds chirping. You can feel the coolness of the day or the heat of noontime. Divine speaks so many ways. It is where you connect with your guardian angels, your source, your inner knowing. So your guardian angel in stillness direction comes. When you talk to my guardian, I talk to my guardian angel, I know I'm getting an answer. I'm not getting the answer today, or maybe I might get it, boom, here it is, take it, you need it right now. But you need to ask. You cannot ask while you're hurried. You cannot ask when you're angry. You cannot ask in the middle of it. You know you're going to have this day coming. You do not know what the day brings. That's why you prepare yourself in the morning. So when you open your door, literally, and the breeze of life hits you in the face, you are ready. You are like a big oak tree in the wind. You are swaying, but you're not falling. Because you have prepared yourself. You have presence. Ask your guardian angel to be with you, to guard you. There's a prayer, angel of God, my guardian, there. You can look at it. Today. And you can ask for inspiration. Give me inspired thoughts. All you need to do in this world is ask for what you want. And expect to get it, which is pausing. And that's why it's difficult. That's why you go back to the altar again and ask for what you asked yesterday. And you got the answer this morning, but you won't pause to get the answer. You didn't stop. When I say, if you were me, what would you do now? I stop. When you're talking with someone, you stop. Maya Angelou said it best. She said, when I'm going somewhere, I send the angel and all my ancestors to come with me. I stand as one, she said. I come as one, I stand as 10,000. So we don't know if the tree has energy, if this thing that came from clay, made from the ground, it has to have energy. It's part of its DNA. It's not going to completely disappear because we've made it into a mug. The DNA is still there. It's attracting something. And we have to really believe that. It's stillness, direction comes to us. What emotion arises when you allow yourself to be still? Fidgety. I can't sit still. I could never do this. But do it anyway. While your stillness is hard, but sit anyway. Curl yourself in a ball, but stay there anyway. Jump up and down while you're sitting, but stay sitting anyway. What does silence sound like to you? The absence of noise. No TV on, no radio on, no device clicking. One might send a message, but you're not going to pick it up because you're in stillness. Remember I said simple, but not easy. So, you cannot sit still. Tessa-Marie, it's not in my nature to sit still. I get it. I know that. I learned that. I taught that to myself. Of course it wasn't. Of course it's not easy. It's simple to do, but very challenging. So silence, no. Some people say, I cannot stand the silence. I cannot stand my thoughts. Because you haven't really looked at it and let it just go. Can you pull those thoughts back or drag them in or all of that? Just let them do their business. Your job now is to sit still and just wait and breathe and be aware you are breathing. And say, you know what, let me fill my lungs with air for a change, purposely, intentionally, instead of letting it do whatever. What do you think God or your inner spirit is trying to whisper to you when you get quiet? Some people already know. And that's why they get agitated and they do not want to hear it. That is the same person that you're going to take your head and hit against a wall so that they want to know for sure that, hey, this is what I have to do. But they can't face it. So that's why stillness is not their favorite thing to do. So the pillars were at work in the pause moment. Stillness is where you can look at the 5 pillars, play with them. Let's walk through the 5 pillars of prosperity and see how pausing and stillness are alive in each. Emotional prosperity. Stillness allows you to process your emotions rather than suppress them. In the pause, you find clarity about what you truly feel. If you pause, I told you guys this situation of the young man that was at the money machine and somebody stole his car because he left it running and the key it was right there. But he didn't pause. He had a gun. He took it and he shot through the car and killed the guy that stole his car. Didn't pause. So guess what? He was arrested because he killed somebody. That doesn't mean the police can just let him go. He still has to go to court. So they're going to talk about his emotions, but not use the word emotion. He just couldn't just pause and say, it's a car. I can get it back. Or maybe the insurance is paid. Or he couldn't. So you see what I mean? Mental prosperity. Silence is the antidote to mental clutter. It is, The pause trains your mind to focus, reflect, inflect, and reset. So what was I thinking? Inflecting, when I did this? What should I do now that I have to do that? You see what I mean? That is the mental. That is why I always say to you, the 5 pillars of prosperity is your directions to live a fulfilled life. Each pillar, it comes together and then you have the life you choose. A life that when somebody swears at you, tells you you're horrible, and your emotions are flaky at the time, that you have it in you to smile and ask them a simple question with a pause. Are you okay? And of course, you agitate them because they're going to just, they're not okay. And when somebody tells you you're stupid, you're not good enough, your mental prosperity will say, no, I studied, I have a career. So you have it. So it's the antidote to the clutter that we pick up from others, our parents, our friends, what they told us at school, the bullies we dealt with, the horrible relationship we chose to walk into. The pause trains your mind to focus, reflect, and reset. I will not do this again. I have to be more cautious talking to this person. See what I mean? Physical prosperity. What does have to do with pausing? You're exercising. Hey, your body heals during rest. That's when you sleep. When you sleep, that is when your body heals. And that's why I ask you guys, do not spit out your first whatever down the sink and replace it with mouthwash or toothpaste. Your body was working to heal itself all night long. You were in bed for 6, 7, 8 hours. And your body has stimulated some sort of bacteria in your mouth that your gut is waiting for so it can digest your food so your stomach can be flatter. But no, you have to use mouthwash and spit out. And where does mouthwash come from? It was created in a lab. Do you really truly understand what is in mouthwash or toothpaste? Guess what? In the old days, when they had a fresh pea pod, they would take the pea out and turn the pod inside out and use that to clean their teeth. Or they would put their finger in ashes from the fire and use the ash from the wood and clean their teeth. But no, we have to put this thing that was created in a lab in our gut first. And then why are we bloated? Why are we not digesting properly? Why no matter what we do, our stomach is protruding? Try it for a week. Drink a glass of water from room temperature right as soon as you wake up. Have it waiting for you by your bedside. Just drink it and observe yourself. That is a physical thing you can do. So rest is not laziness. Your body is working. It's intelligent. A still body often leads to a restored body, right? At night, your body is still. It's cleaning up. And that's when you have to watch what you put in your mouth the next morning. Spiritual prosperity. In stillness, you reconnect to your source. Your spirit thrives in the quiet where faith is renewed. Somebody you come across somebody use a word that is not impeccable or certainly not exquisite to talk about you or you yourself. You walk to the mirror and you criticize you. And what are you saying to the world? Criticize me because I do it every day. Tell me I'm not good enough. Tell me I'm fat. Tell me I'm lazy. Tell me things about that. Tell me I'm not worthy. Tell me I'll never make it. Because you told it already. The energy goes before you. When it leaves your lips, it is not retractable. No matter what it is. I love you, it goes out there. I hate you, it goes out there. It's not retractable. So you've already said it, but you didn't say it to the person that you think you said it to. You said it to yourself because you created it. That is weird to understand. But Tessa-Marie, I meant it for that person. No, you cannot mean for people. You only meant it for yourself, although you do not know, because the old people say what you do not want to see on the street. Be careful. It might be under your bed. How close can that get? So you have to be aware of what you say to yourself, because when you do that, it is coming back for you. So you need to be in pause. And again, it's pausing. The spirit needs a rest. The spirit is hearing bad news, fights all over the world. This is happening. People are killing people. Look at this man. He came all the way from Quebec to get his daughter because he has an estranged wife, and he killed his 9-year-old. You know, what did she do? He had his fight with his wife, but he had to kill her. What did she do to deserve that? So you see, emotion, that thing, apparently he had a lot of other problems, but the meanness that came, and listen to me, I always say to you guys, hate destroys the vessel in which it is held. It destroys, his life is completely destroyed because he's hit the woman so much, and I'll take her best possessions from her. Did he? Yes, he did. Physically, but he ruined him too. And somebody's going to say, God will take care of that. I don't know who takes care of that. I really don't know. It's just at the time there is no pausing in these people's life. They do not learn to pause and to be still. So I don't know, but I'm sure the courts will take care of it in their way. Is that God? But let us see what happens. Financial prosperity, obviously, this is the one that takes the blow, and they're saying he had lots of financial problems in his business. Even money decisions require pausing. Boy, does it require pausing. It is in the stillness that you gain clarity and avoid reactive spending or choices. Stillness is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Before you go to the cashier with that load in that basket, in these challenging financial times, pause. Go through the cart. Take some things out. Do I really need 3 of those? I know it's on sale, but you have 2 at home already. Pause when making financial decisions. Pause. You are 45, you're 65, and you have the money. Pause before you make yourself stingy by not giving yourself a nice, I don't know, let's look at Yuko, a glass of wine. She loves to have that when she's pausing in the evening, after dinner, or during dinner. I do. So because you're older and you have some money, you're not going to spend it so they can bury you or they can put you in a home. The thing is that you're in North America, they're going to find a corner to put you. So no matter, and at that time, do you care what corner you're in, or do you have a choice, or can you manage that? So enjoy yourself where you are. Stillness is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Consider it something, do something. Get the best china to drink that cup of water when you're pausing. So journal in your book about your journey. Let me share a moment from my own life. There was a time I was rushing from commitment to commitment. Always doing, always serving. And then life forced me to pause. A health scare. Remember I told you guys in 97 I was sick? That moment of stillness became my greatest teacher. I cut my hair. It told me to slow down before life slows down for you. So I had long hair, thick hair. It just was heavier than me. And it meant spending hours at the hairdresser, hours. And I'm sick. So what I decided to do, I cut it. I have never let my hair grow again. So now I have Terraline hair, wash and go. So shampoo, conditioner, out, and here I am. And that's just how it is. And I keep it cut. Because it was taking a lot of time. And it scared me that I was using all sorts of time in all sorts of areas of my life. So the moment of stillness, to just stop and let things be, stopped me. It became my greatest teacher. It told me to slow down before life slows you down for you. Life will do it for you. You can't do it yourself. Life will say, oh yeah, I'm going to fix that. So what do I avoid when I avoid silence? Getting to know myself. Do you know that, right? When you avoid being silent, you're afraid. Some people say, I can't be alone. I cannot think. I need to always have to have the TV on. I fall asleep. And some people are very proud to tell me they fall asleep and, the TV is watching me. And I think, you fall asleep to something that's not positive, right? And you expect to feel good next morning. No, your mind soaked it in. Where in my life do I need to pause? All the time. So many times a day. A 3-minute pause all the time. What beauty might I discover if I allow stillness to guide me? Maybe that is the time to pick up a flower and study it and see how deep your mind will go into that flower. They too have life. So let's close it for affirmation. I honor the power of the pause. I am stillness, I find strength. In stillness, I go this and I rest. I trust the wisdom that whispers in the silence. That's when you get an idea. It's in the stillness a little thought comes. Do not look at it and say it is just silly. That's the time for your intuition to come. Sharpen it, write it down, and follow it and see where it leads you. I am safe to rest. It's safe for me to relax, to inflect and reflect and receive. You receive when you're still. I give myself permission to pause, and in the pause, I prosper. We do not always have to do to prosper. In pausing, we prosper. Take a deep breath and slowly exhale and pull in the silence that surrounds you. You're not behind. You're not running late. You are right on time. So, what I need you to do today is to say how many times today, and tomorrow you can tell me you slowed down so your spirit can catch up to your body. How many times today you're going to do that? Arita had said, and I pinned it, stillness is your wisdom waits for you. She said it's her nugget. Yuko said, saving lots of money and time by choosing to have short hair. I know, that was the best. I think she used to wet the hair and put me in a towel and leave me there. I swear. Glad I made it. I was talking to my mom. Oh, that's nice. You need to talk to her. Nancy, everybody that's here. So you guys on TikTok, thank you for coming. It's 9 minutes longer than we should have gone. That's what's happened. But we spent 5 minutes chatting, although you guys might not say anything. Now and again, when in the morning chat of 6 minutes, you can put a thing and I can answer you. So have fun. Talk to you guys later on TikTok.